Prima di partire per la Russia, informandomi sul web, ho incrociato Elina, di Eli from Russia, che ho subito provato a contattare per qualche news e che poi ho avuto il piacere di incontrare al mio arrivo. Lei, gentilissima, mi ha fatto da guida per Mosca in un piccolo tour che vedrete e con molto coraggio ha risposto ad alcune mie domande sull'attuale situazione. Ed ecco quello che è venuto fuori. Buona visione. I mean, the whole interview is gonna be in Italian. Quindi adesso iniziamo a parlare solo in italiano.
Io devo parlare italiano?
No.
Posso provare?
No, we can do it in English. Questions about like the situation here and how you are living, what did change or what didn't?
As you could notice, even though you've been here only for one day, but life here is as normal as before.
Okay.
Like people going to work, to school,
Sure.
cafes, restaurants for
Sure.
walking, as you can see. So life here is just as normal. But of course, it also changed because after February 24th, there were many changes, like for example with the international brands. Some of them are closed, even though when you go to the shopping mall, you will see that...
Yeah, shops, they keep paying the rent actually.
Yes, I also was thinking about it because now there are many buildings with these shops like McDonald's and they're just empty, but they keep paying the rent.
Okay.
And they keep paying the employees, not forever of course, but for 3 months I think. For example, McDonald's or H&M, these companies.
They already said that for 3 months? Okay.
They said that we're closing, but we will pay you for 3 months and you will be fired. Some brands are closed and we don't have access to meta networks like Insta, Facebook.
I know.
But we've met on Insta because we still use it through VPN.
Sure.
YouTube is still here, but they say that by the end of April they might close it.
How do you feel about that? I mean, you're working through those
like why
networks,
it happened,
but it's
all the Russian official channels were closed on YouTube.
All the Russian officials. The government channel.
Government channels and some of the channels of Russian YouTubers. I hope that mine won't be closed.
Okay.
Even like they didn't tell me anything. Well,
so
now
even your channel could be closed.
I hope not, because my channel is only about life here, travels in Russia, the culture. I hope that it won't be affected because it's still about people, culture and life, not politics. And I hope that even if YouTube will be closed, that I will be able to continue uploading with VPN.
Sure.
Well, we will see. If there will be more videos for me, then it means that everything is fine.
Sure.
If not, I will try to upload as long as I can and maybe find some other ways, other platforms, if I have to.
Sure.
But I hope that I won't have to do that because I love YouTube.
Like, how do you feel about this situation after the event on February?
Of course, everyone here
half of Russian population have parents or have relatives in Ukraine.
Exactly. Even I have my best friends from Ukraine.
Okay.
One of them came as a refugee to Moscow. Another friend of mine, she went to Germany. And it's very sad that people have to leave their houses and you live as a refugee. It's very difficult. You lost your house. And I went to volunteer to help these refugees. I think already about 1 million of refugees in Russia. It might seem weird, but many people also go to Russia, especially if we take the Donbas region.
Sure.
They go to Rostov-on-Don, Krasnodar and other cities in the south, but also to many other cities because we have friends and relatives. Of Ukrainians.
Crazy.
And that's the worst thing because you don't know what to do when they're your friends and everything. And if you are friends with them, nothing will tear you apart, not politics, not governments, but at the same time, I'm worried about the relationship, for example, Ukrainians that I don't know.
Okay, sure.
And
with the prejudice.
Not only prejudice, it's kind of feeling guilty and everything. And you don't know how they are also gonna treat you, even though you personally didn't do anything, right? What is gonna happen to the relationship between usual people, because how many decades is gonna take for forget such a thing. But at least I know that all my Ukrainian friends and their families are okay. Some of them came to Russia, some of them went somewhere in Europe.
Sure.
That's the most important thing, but still there are victims from both sides, and everyone is just waiting when this will be over. Everyone hopes for this to stop.
Did you imagine some event like that happening?
Of course not.
Okay.
And it's crazy.
Did anybody imagine something like that?
No, and you know, on my YouTube channel I was getting some comments, even this like last summer or autumn, like what is happening in Ukraine.
Okay.
And I didn't understand what it was about.
Okay, sure.
And why are they asking about Ukraine?
It was just a strike from a day to the other.
Yes, and we just found it out on February 24th. We didn't know about this.
Okay, sure.
Yes, that was weird that such a huge decision and operation happened without letting us know or anything. I understand all the reasons and everything, but still any conflict should be decided at the table, right? We just hope that it stops as fast as possible. There are no more victims. They try to talk, to sign the peace treaty.
In the reality, how do you feel about the future? Like, what do you think that is gonna happen? I mean, here for the society mainly, because for politics nobody knows actually at the moment.
Well, do you mean life or economics or?
Both life and economics.
For the economics, well, now if that's true, then ruble is back to normal and prices are going down again.
But you have a period where everything just skyrocketed.
Not everything. Food was about 20-30% more expensive. Not all the food, but some of the stuff. Electronic devices, drones, cameras, all the imported stuff. It was like twice more expensive. Now it's going back again. It seems like everything is back to normal, but it's still not. No one knows what is going to happen with international brands, and there are many companies that are closing their headquarters in Russia.
Okay.
And I also have friends working, for example, in Netherlands, and they were fired just because they were Russians and stuff like this going on. So it's still...
So for the society it's bad because
we still don't know what is going to happen. Of course, we hope for the better. Some people say that now Russia is going to improve its national production, will become independent, stuff like this.
Yeah, but
I mean, still, it seems like a bit of an iron curtain, you know, because the world is so globalized now. It's impossible just to say, okay, we're going to live independently. It's now impossible. It was the thing
that I was saying, like, you can do it, but you would just divide society and divide culture that could for sure live together.
Exactly. I think all Russians want is to go back to normal, to be able to travel abroad as normal tourists, not to be hated or threatened, because I also receive so many threatening messages.
I cannot imagine.
Like, you know, go kill yourself, because I understand that these people are reading this news, you know.
I mean, I met you just because you are doing an incredible job to communicate what's actually happening for the society here. Not talking about politics, but society. We are still humans.
Exactly. And, you know, there is a lot of propaganda in Russia, of course, and in the West. So people are reading this really scary news. When you're scrolling the news all the time, you're in this negativity, you know, and you want to take some action. And probably they just found my channel, and that was their action. Even though I don't understand, how can you say to another person to suicide, basically, if you're fighting for peace? And if you want to improve relationship between people, you should understand that hatred creates even more hatred. So right now, I think the only thing that people, like usual people like us, can do is to stay together, not to create even more hatred. There's already these dirty things probably that governments do, so the only thing that people can do now is to support each other. And that's what I'm trying to do with my Ukrainian friends.
And your channel
and trying to show the life and culture in Russia, and that people here are not some crazy violent creatures as some people think now.
I can imagine. And thank you again for the things that you're doing. If it wasn't for that, I'll probably won't be here, so thanks.
Thank you for coming, for joining,
and you're a good
for
guide.
being human.
Thank you. Grazie.
Grazie mille.